Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode here at the Debate Circle. At the heart of today's motion is all matters economic development. And the motion of dissection reads, the access to financial services is more important than financial literacy in promoting economic development in Kenya. I'll read the motion of dissection again. The access to financial services is more important than financial literacy in promoting economic development in Kenya. Proposing and opposing this motion is St. Clair Girls Nakuru, Team A versus Team B. All the best to both teams. Team proposition, first speaker, you have 3 minutes.
According to the Kenyan Enterprise Service data, the use of financial services has improved since the year 2007. This has led to lower related issues. This was also proved by Sylvia Munzi and Asif Islam, who are experts on the field of finance. I, Jalmora, gladly propose this motion that states access to financial services is more important than financial literacy in promoting economic development in Kenya. What are these financial services? These financial services are the economic services provided by financial industries, such as banks, credit card companies, and insurance companies. And when we say access, we mean ensuring that people have easy and affordable access to financial products like banking and loans. And when we say financial literacy, we mean the ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills like budgeting, investing, and personal financial management. Another thing is economic development. This is the process by which economic well-being and quality of life of a nation, local community, or individual are improved according to targeted goals. On to my first point. In our social impact, economic development also includes improvement in the quality of life and the well-being of citizens. Financial inclusion through access enables individuals to improve their living standards, access to better healthcare and education, and participate more actively in community and social development initiatives. Access to financial services such as health insurance and HIF have made this possible. But how? Look at Kenya before and after these health insurance have been introduced. More people have access to proper healthcare not because they can afford it, but because they have insurance. Hence, increases quality of life. And to my second point. Immediate economic impacts. Access to financial services provides immediate benefits to individuals and businesses. It enables people to save and invest and access credits, which are essential for starting and expanding businesses. This, in turn, creates jobs and stimulates economic activity. Let us look at this point in a different way. When you take a loan from a bank, this provides immediate benefits. For instance, you could expand or start a business, and even be able to save money. This promotes individual economic development, improving the living standards of an individual. And also, employment and job opportunities are created, benefiting many people, improving their lifestyles by stimulating economic activities. This is why I gladly propose this motion. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, while access to financial services is important, financial literacy is key to unlocking their full potential. While access to financial services is important, financial literacy is key to unlocking their full potential. By empowering individuals with the knowledge of proper decision making, financial literacy ensures the benefits of financial services. Therefore, prioritizing financial literacy is essential for promoting long-term economic development. Why do I say this? I'm Faith Magati from St. Clair. Sustainable economic development. We want our economy to grow, so it has to be sustainable. Sustainable economic development requires a population that can effectively use financial services to create and acquire wealth. Okay, we have examples. Examples like the many supermarkets we have in Kenya. We have the Naivas supermarket. Naivas supermarket started as a tiny shop in Naivasha. A tiny shop in Naivasha. But since they were able to know how to utilize and they were able to understand on how to use these financial services, because they were financially literate, they were able to expound their business. And now the Naivas supermarket is one of the biggest supermarkets in Kenya. Let's take an example of a failing supermarket, like Nakumatt or Ukwala supermarket. These supermarkets may not have had enough literate, they may not have had enough literate personnel on their side. And hence, they ended up being bankrupt. On to my next point. Financial literacy enables one to have a good relationship with money. What is a good relationship with money? Good relationship with money means that you can save well, you can invest, you can bank well, and you know how to do these things. That is good relationship with money. There is no way you will tell me that you'll allow me to access financial services and I do not know how to you'll allow me to access financial services and I do not have the knowledge on how I should use the money that I've been given. Another thing, being financially literate shields you from fraud. Yes, we have digital financial services that we can easily access, but without financial literacy, without the necessary initiation that can force massive losses due to lack of financial literacy. I rest my case.
Life is hard out there. I can't say so. But here's your solution. Christabel Haribo, St. Clair Girls, here to propose the motion that states the access to financial services is more important than financial literacy in promoting economic development in Kenya. You say that financial literacy is needed, but it isn't. Many people out there right now are growing very much, I can say. How can it grow without our people, our overtaxed people? It's salvation, financial services, who have promoted them by giving them loans. As my fellow proposers said, banks do give loans. As you are seated right here, some of your clothes or maybe the things that you apply on your body are from the loans that maybe your parents or you yourself have taken. I can say that is the truth and the fact that can't be ignored. I would like to ask my fellow opposers a simple question. You say that without these loans, where could our nation be? Our poor mothers, where could they be? These buildings which are booming right now, where could they be? They couldn't be here. But thanks to the loans that financial services have provided, they are going very far, I can say. Financial services have brought security to our money. They have provided a secure way of credit cards, which can be used in all types of places, e.g. the supermarkets that you have so-called say that they're there. But without these credit cards, how could it be? It's a secure way of self-proving my money away from the theft that is going on, away from fraud. Instead of hiding it under my mattress or keeping it in my pocket where it could be stolen, now I have credit cards. Credit cards which are everywhere, out from the credit card companies all around the world, now used everywhere. A fact stated by the Investopedia, financial services is the primary drive in a nation's economy. Why this? Financial literacy is not needed in the uprising of our financial services, which provide money for starting our businesses, which help in the building of houses, as I have said. A matter of fact which can't be ignored. Stop covering your eyes if you're wearing glasses. How come you do not see that financial services are a way of our nation to improve, our economy to improve? How can you have eyes and not see a fact that is visible to the eye and audible to the ears? are you in the dark? Someone turn on the lights so as they can be seen. For they did not see the point. And that's why I propose this motion. Thank you.
I do believe that economic development depends on various factors. Talk about the access to financial services and also access to financial literacy. But to my fellow proposers, you talk about expanding on a business. I mean, if you need finances, yes, you have the access to financial services. But do you have the literacy? Do you have the financial knowledge? Do you have the skills required to start that business, required to run that business? Do you? You actually need financial literacy in order for financial services to function. I do believe that financial services are crucial. I don't oppose to that. But remember, financial literacy is the cornerstone that ensures these services that you're talking about are effectively and sustainably used. I mean, you have to be financially literate in order to understand how fully the benefits of financial services have been used, just as my first proposer had said. Okay, I do believe that financial literacy is much more important in promoting economic development simply because, first, it prevents financial mismanagement. How? Taking excessive debts without identifying or understanding implications will lead to financial crisis. A very good example is our nation right now. Our nation is under a lot of debt. As of December 2023, public debt in Kenya roughly accumulate to 11.1 trillion Kenya shillings, which is equal to $82.1 billion. And as situation continues, overall the debts have been increasing as days goes by. I mean, if debts are increasing, that means our leaders are proving a sign of financially illiterate. But with access to financial literacy, such debts are manageable. Also, I do believe financial literacy helps to prevent such scenarios whereby I do believe financial literacy prevents such scenarios of taking excessive debt by educating people on responsible borrowing and spending. Also, the CEO of National Finance Educator Council, Vince Schaub, states most students spend academic years gaining skills that will help them acquire higher salary, yet little or no time is helping them grow their money. Let me tell you, financial illiteracy is an issue that affects the whole nation. We are supposed to help each other be financially literate in order to lead our country to economic development. I mean, a candle doesn't lose its light by lighting the others, doesn't it? Thank you.
As we speak, Kenyan farms are benefiting from the increased use of financial services and lowered related losses. This is proven by Sylvia Munzi and Asif Islam on the March 29th, 2016. Stand firm with I, Fidelia. As I propose the motion, the access to financial services is more important than financial literacy in promoting economic development in Kenya. As the first speaker, Faith Magati, has stated that this financial literacy helps them in building businesses. Now tell me, how can you start a business without a capital? How can you start it? How can you save what you don't have? What is the point of having a brain and you can't use it? It's useless. Well, as the second speaker has stated that some of these people store the cash in their beds. Some stash them in the pillows. What is the use? What is it doing there? Now, financial services gives birth to financial literacy. In what way, you might ask? Well, when you go to a bank, let's say you have won the lottery, let's say lotto. You won around 360 million. Well, when you go to the bank and withdraw this money, someone sits you down and tells you there's something you can do with this money. That is how financial services gives birth to financial literacy. Now, someone said that financial literacy equips one with knowledge. But why have some things that you cannot practice? You know, a teacher can teach, but the student will not understand without the practicals. They say practice makes perfect. Now, there was an American author by the name Tony Robbins. He said that success is doing what you want, when you want, where you want, with whom you want, as much as you want. Now now I concur with this man because he is the wisest person I know. Now, as I finish, we should all look at the point from a view that these financial services gives birth. It bears financial literacy. And without financial services, you can't have financial literacy. Thank you.
Well. I am here to oppose this motion. First, before I start, I thought Solomon was the wisest person on earth. I am here to oppose the motion that the access to financial services is more important than financial literacy in promoting economic development in Kenya. On to my first point. Financial literacy equips individuals with the knowledge to make informed decisions, to make informed financial decisions. Understanding how to budget. Budget. 3 words come to my mind. The first, scarcity, opportunity cost, and then choice. Scarcity. What is scarcity? This is the inadequacy of resources to fend for the needs of human beings. I mean, human wants are endless. Opportunity cost. This is the best foregone alternative. And then choice, the best good or service that will satisfy the urgent need. Let's take, for instance, just to expound more on these 3, I have money and I want to do something about it. I want to go and do some business. I want to go abroad and continue with my education. But the resource is inadequate. That is where scarcity comes in. The resource is inadequate. So I have to make a choice. Education, or should I choose business? Now, you will look at what is heavier, what is needed at that specific time, what is more bulky in your current situation. This is where opportunity cost comes in, the best foregone alternative. In the end, you make a choice. You make a choice that will satisfy you in the end, that urgent need shall be fend for. Where was I? Oh, yes. Understanding how to budget, save, invest, and manage debt is essential for maximizing the benefits of financial services. Without this knowledge, individuals may misuse financial products, leading to financial instability. On to my second point. Financial literacy fosters greater economic participation by enabling individuals to understand and engage with financial markets. This knowledge can lead to the increased investments in local businesses and markets, driving to the growth of the economy.
Stop, drop, and roll. Stop defending a motion that is unreasonable. Drop the act that financial literacy is better. Roll over to the side of proposition, because we are standing for what is on the facts and not on fiction. As the third speaker has said, I just want to ask you one thing. Are you calling our honorable president, Dr. William Ruto, a stupid man? Well, tell me, if he is a stupid man, how did he get a doctorate? How? Do you have a doctorate to say that he's stupid? As the Gen Z said, I reject that financial literacy is the cornerstone of financial services. I reject, and I stand with a motion that the access to financial services is more important than financial literacy in promoting economic development in Kenya. Thank you.
How can you manage your business without knowing where you can put in the money? How? This is where financial literacy comes in. You need to know where money should be placed. Otherwise, your business can become bankrupt. Let us take, for instance, an owner starts a business, takes a loan from these financial services. It's good, right? That person has created a job, opportunity for someone else. And possibly they can empower someone who is financially literate. But let me tell you, if this business does not have someone who is financially literate, it cannot prosper. Everyone who starts a business, everyone who goes out there in life wants their business to prosper, for it to be healthy, for it to grow. Without a plan, without proper planning of what should be done, how can this business grow? It will end up going down the drain of bankruptcy. Thank you.
Both teams have made very general topic sentences without giving specifics in terms of research to qualify your statements. In terms of your passion and conviction, that could fairly be felt. But I wish we could have done some bit of research to back up our statements. That never came out so well. Jahil, you gave us some clear definition of terms. You need to reduce your reading, and then you need to add more passion and conviction to your presentation. Then as a first debater, I wish you could have gone ahead to give us more research-based examples where the proposition or the argument you're raising has done good. Christabel, you gave some fairly good rebuttals. However, I wish you could also have gone ahead to give us more research in terms of the global statistics or global perspectives, regional perspectives, national perspectives, and then you bring on board your personal conviction. And then you need to improve on the coherency of argument. At one point, the linkage back to the motion was not coming out clearly. Fidelia Chepto, I like your confidence. You're a very confident debater, and your conviction in the motion could be felt. You began by giving some good rebuttals. However, I wished you could have gone ahead to give us more examples of, where people have succeeded without having this financial literacy, because that is the argument you are advocating for. Faith, as a first speaker, you need to define the key terms. You gave us very good topic sentences. However, I wish you could have gone ahead to give us research to support your topic sentence. You have a good stage presence. Mumbi, You spoke about the need for financial literacy being important to know how to manage the loans. I wish you could have gone ahead to give us specific examples of people who have, got loans because of financial literacy. They have invested and they have earned big time by virtue of that exposure. So that was largely missing. But then you have these good stage presence, just some bit of research. And your use of verbal and nonverbal cues fairly came out well. Nancy, I was wondering, you began by telling your opponent that you thought Solomon was the wisest person. I was wondering the relevance of that because it never really came out. And then you went ahead to talk about financial literacy, equipping individuals with knowledge such as budgeting. Those are good general statements, just more specific examples needed. And generally for both teams, you had a good understanding of the motion from a general level, but then the details now to support your statements are really, really needed and important. But I understand this is your first time here. Yeah, so it's a good start. It's a good start. Next time, I'm sure you're going to come out guns blazing. You guys have a lot of potential. All the best to both teams. Thank you.